Greetings and salutations. Now, before I do much of anything here, I was going to take you out to a location, and I'm thinking I'm going to wait till tomorrow to do that because I need to do a little more research and maybe script it a little bit and put together a shot list, because it's a fair distance away from here and I only have a small window of time to do this thing, and there's not much to see at that location anymore, but there's a really cool story that I want about this location that I want to share with you, and so stay tuned for that. But right now I'm finishing something that I started yesterday. As you may or may not know, recently, I think about 3 weeks ago now, I took some aerial footage at Saratoga Spring on the southeastern edge of Death Valley, and apparently I didn't plug the battery in far enough to get it to latch all the way, and I flew about 200 or so feet away from me and about 150 feet in the air, and the battery popped out and it plummeted to the ground. Long story long, went back and found the drone, and I found it laying on some reed grass, a really thick mat of reed grass, so it didn't break the drone. And I've flown the drone a couple of times since then and it's flown fine. So there's a little cooling fan inside the drone, and when you change directions, like if you just hold the drone and move it manually, you can hear that motor, that fan motor, kind of make some excessive noise that it didn't make before. Originally I reached out to the DJI to see if they could do anything about a lost drone. Unfortunately they can't. You know, I stayed in touch with them, let them know I found it and that the motor was that cooling fan was making a little bit of noise, and they were Johnny on the spot. They immediately started a claim, and they sent a shipping label, and all I need to do is put this together, get it in a box, and send it back. And it should have either a repaired drone or a replacement drone in a few weeks. Let me finish this, and then we'll start today. I think today I'm gonna get that clutch and the dually squared away. I'm gonna get that clutch system working today, and I got a new tool to help me do that. So let me get this squared away, and then I'll meet you in the garage, okay? New tools. I love new tools. Oh, for the love of... 1 minute. Hello?
Hi, this is Kevin.
F off, Kevin. Damn robocalls. I apologize for the language. Motive Products PowerBleeder. And I got this on the Amazon, link in the description. And this tool, hopefully, is going to help me resolve the difficulty I've been having with bleeding the clutch master cylinder on the dually. Directions. I shall glean over these and I'll be back.
12 seconds later.
So what exactly is this? Well, it's like a little sprayer bottle. You're gonna go spray some weed killer and put the weed killer in your spray bottle and pump it up. We'll spray some weed killer. Same concept, except that you're using brake fluid in this. It's basically a pressurized vessel. And the way I think this thing is designed is you put brake fluid in this, obviously. And this attaches to an adapter that you put onto your master cylinder. What it does is it pressurizes the master cylinder reservoir and allows you to be at the bleeder, releasing the pressure and releasing the air from the lines, while this is feeding continuous flow of brake fluid. What this doesn't include is any adapters, universal or otherwise. It's just the pressure vessel, and that's it. So I don't have any way to attach this currently to my master cylinder reservoir, and what I really wanted to use this for was to try to reverse bleed. In other words, to push fluid from the bleeder screw up to the master cylinder reservoir, pushing the air out the top instead of pushing it out the bottom. This is a 2-quart vessel. That's plenty big for what I want to use it for. And this runs right around $40. Traditionally, if you like bleeding your brakes or bleeding a master cylinder of any kind of hydraulic system that you're bleeding on a vehicle, if you're bleeding brakes, for instance, you have to have somebody pumping the master cylinder and holding the pedal, holding the pressure on, so there's line pressure, and then somebody at the wheel cylinder opening the bleeder screw to let the fluid out. Once the pressure bleeds out, you tighten the bleeder screw back up, pump it, your buddy pumps it up. It's a 2-man job. This eliminates one person from the equation. Bleed brakes or bleed a clutch master cylinder without having to have 2 people involved in the process. I'll put an Amazon affiliate link down in the description for this particular item. This one is, I think, yeah, model 0090. If you feel the need for one of these, go get you one. That's one way that you can support this channel financially, by buying products either directly or through the links in the description. That helps me out immensely. Thank you in advance if you do that. If you can't afford to do that, no, we're probably related. So I got a piece of rubber hose here that will fit onto the bleeder. It also fit onto, I got a little barb adapter here that reduces the size of the hose. I'll plug that into there. There's the slave cylinder, the hydraulic hose that goes up to the master, and the hose that goes up to the reservoir. Some dot 3 here. I'll fill this reservoir. Okay, so this is bled now. That's the only way to bleed off the pressure from the reservoir, is to unscrew the thing. Now I'll put this on here. Oh, now empty that reservoir up there and repeat the whole process until there's no more air bubbles. And this is called reverse bleeding. Use a pressurized vessel and push fluid from what would be the low point of the system to the high point of the system. Easy as that. I'll do that like 3 or 4 more times. Well, everything's hooked back up. Let's test it out, see if it actually worked. Awesome. It's windy today. Look at old Glory up there. Holy, and it's cold. All right, so that's what I needed to get the dang clutch bled, was to reverse bleed it. Not only to have the master off the vehicle, but to have the whole system intact off the vehicle, so you could actually, you know, access everything without, you know, crawling underneath the vehicle, crawling back out, crawling under the vehicle, crawling back out. You know, having the ability to reverse bleed it while the whole system was zip tied to my engine crane made all the difference. If you're new and you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put this video in the Dually playlist, and you can see all the struggles I've been having with bleeding this darn master cylinder for the clutch. Now I can get it out of its spot. I'll do that next week. It'll be one of next week's projects. Run it down the road and back and see how well it works. Then I need to get it up in the driveway and need to reverse bleed my brakes, and then I can start cleaning it out and putting things back together and trying to get the electrical system squared away on that. So stay tuned for that. This is a professional grade tool, and they do make adapter sets to be able to adapt. If you don't want to reverse bleed, you just want to, you know, hook it up to your master cylinder, whether it's your clutch master or your brake master. They have adapter kits. I paid full retail. I bought it on Amazon, just like you would if you were going to buy it on Amazon. Link in the description. I'm not getting any kind of kickback or, you know, sponsorship from Motive Products, but this was exactly what I needed to get that job done. Now I can scratch that off the list, and I can move on to other things finally. For the love of Pete. That's it for this video. If you haven't done so yet, underneath this window is a window that says subscribe. It's red, it's big, you click it, it turns gray. And thank you for doing that, by the way. And if you do that, he said do, go click the bell icon right next to it so you too can be notified of future uploads. If you like this video and found it informative, smash that like button and share it with your vast social media network. If you think it sucked and I'm a big dumb goof, then slam away at that dislike button. In fact, if you disliked it that bad, hit it twice. And then share it with your vast social media network. And as always, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep the powder dry, and have a splendid day. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. If you think it sucked and I'm a big dumb goof, then go ahead and slam. If you think it sucked and I'm a big dumb goof, then click that dislike button. I got something in my eye hole. Take 12. Oh, excuse me. Where's my teeth? Oh, I can't find my teeth. Where? Can't find my teeth. Oh, there it is right there.